Sheesh. I don't know where I was even at. Yeah, overall, no excuse. No excuse.
Do you know who Keith Lee is?
Man, I heard. Man, listen. I heard
TikTok
about.
food critic.
I heard about what he doing, man. Like, come on.
Check this out,
bro.
Okay, let me give people a backdrop.
Come on, bro.
Keith Lee is a TikTok food critic. He accidentally caused chaos in the Atlanta restaurant scene. In the videos, which have been viewed over 95 million times, Lee said multiple restaurants he had a hard time ordering ahead, so he tried to order food in advance. They said, no, we're not doing that. He said experienced poor customer service, or his family initially was turned away only to be offered a table once they realized they were with him. Restaurants have received death threats. Cardi B talked about Lee's food tour videos, IG. I feel like Atlanta restaurants, they don't like to make money, she said, describing how difficult it is for her to order food in the city without having to mention her name.
Sheesh.
I don't know how often you've been to Atlanta, but the Atlanta food scene, we unique, because a lot of times it's all about dressing up. Mm-hmm. And it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hour wait time. A lot of times, Ocho, you got to eat a meal before you actually go to the restaurant, because you're gonna be hungry damn again before you actually get to the restaurant. So that's perfect. And
facts.
Look, I don't want people to think what's going on is unique to Atlanta and black restaurants. Normally, Ocho, you know this from being a professional athlete. We get privileges sometimes at the restaurant, and sometimes we get to get things that normal people don't get. It happens.
I don't like it.
Before, I feel like he about to be on some BS, but before he goes, I was about to say that as well. I mean, the flip side of the flip side, everybody is different. Keith Lee seems like a humble, well, clearly is a humble individual. Me, I guess because I come from, I don't know where he stays now, but he says he's originally from Detroit. Actually, we can look that up right now. Let's look that up real quick. Is he? Oh my gosh. Sheesh, we're back. And I know what you're thinking. He got Spectrum. And you're correct. Trash Wi-Fi. Alright, man. Let me see this. He stays in. Oh, he does stay in Vegas. I think I remember that. So Detroit, Vegas, nickname Killer. I keep playing with him if you want. Detroit, Las Vegas. None of that is culture. None of that is culture. None of that is the South. So yeah, I mean, Atlanta gets down a lot different than Las Vegas. Atlanta gets down different than New York, Detroit. I've seen them. I think in Philly. Possibly, don't quote me. These spots aren't Atlanta. So, yeah, I mean, it is a little bit different. What Shannon just said a second ago, I agree 1,000%. He's humble because he doesn't come from this area. Somebody like me, somebody like Shannon, somebody like somebody else. I'm using my name. Yo, I'm Keith Lee. Pulling up. Clear the restaurant. And that's just what it is. Because, I mean, you can make the food the best of your abilities, you know, as good as you can make it. But I'm still going to give you a review. That I mean the food is good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to use my name everywhere I go. Like, yo, Keith Lee. Yo, Keith Lee. So, forget all that humbleness, man. Forget all that. I try to walk in like a normal person. I try to send my mama in there, my grandma in there. And blah, blah. But that's fair, though. I'm not saying that's not fair, because it is fair. You do need to expose these restaurants for these bad services for normal people. But at the same time, sometimes, more times than not, hey, it's the big dog walking in here.
Ocho, so you've never got the table because you OchoCinco.
I'm not talking about that. Yeah. And when they do, I mean, you know me, you know how I move, and everybody in this chat knows how I move when I go to restaurants. If you see me first, you understand what's at the end when it's time to tip. I've been doing that 20-some years.
Okay, but
I like the fact that
what I say, facts. When you see me, I'm Ocho. Sit me first. Best service, best servers, best food, best drinks. I got you at the end.
What he's doing.
Ocho,
I don't like
if
I
you-
don't I don't I don't like
Ocho.
it. I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses and
Ocho.
like dude, you know how
Ocho.
hard
It
hard it
and I
is
get it, Ocho.
for us to even
Ocho.
get in the food industry and to have our own restaurant and so
Ocho,
like what are we doing?
don't act.
I ain't say that a minute ago. Come on now, I see both sides of everything. I understand what he just said. You know how hard it was for me to get here, and you're trying to, in my point of view, you're trying to tear it down. That's what he's saying, and I already know Shannon about to be on some real because he talking crazy. That's still no excuse, but
Don't ask me to come to your house
mm-hmm.
and then ask me what I think about it without asking me to give you my honest opinion.
Facts.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
A lot of these people, listen. A lot of these restaurants do DM him, ask him to come, but he wants to go on. A lot of times, he wants to go unannounced and give people. That's what he is. He's a food critic. He's turned himself into a food critic. It's okay.
Are we turning this up in resume? What are the qualifications of being a food critic?
Okay.
Go to a restaurant and do you like the food? Did you like the customer service? What was it like? Yes. What was the wait time like? That's all you got to do.
How about go do that at Maestro's? Go do that shit at Chris Ruth. Go do it at Poppy Steak.
Chris
Go
Ruth?
do that fucking Zuma.
We're talking. Chris Ruth is crazy.
Go do it at goddamn whatever the fucking rest of them goddamn 5-star restaurants that everybody. Go do it at that. Name one of the restaurants you go to in LA. Name one. Where you and Selena Gomez went? Where y'all went? What's the name of the restaurant y'all went to?
I don't forgot now.
You know.
I honestly forgot because I have never been there before.
Go do it at their restaurants and give them the bad press and all the bad.
Ocho. Because you're black doesn't mean you're above criticism.
I'm not saying you're above anything, but go do it there. It's hard enough for us as it is. Now here you go.
So in other words, so if he got bad service, he's supposed to just let that slide.
Service wasn't bad. Service wasn't bad.
Oh.
Service because it wasn't. It wasn't. I ain't never had bad service. And even if the service was bad, they might be having a bad day because some of the goddamn.
Ocho, see, I don't. I mean, I like Shannon Sharpe. He's in general outside of all of this. I watch Shannon Sharpe from time to time. I don't watch a lot of Ocho, not for any reason in particular, but watching this, I probably never watch Ocho ever in my life. My man is just yapping, man. He's just talking about nothing. You never had bad service from a black-owned restaurant before?
Idiots they don't have to deal with.
Ocho, honestly, in the customer service business, you can't have a bad day. Because think about what you just said. Customer service.
Do you know what it's like dealing with some of these people?
You shouldn't get in that business. Do not get into the customer service business if you can be easily perturbed by having a bad day.
Facts.
But sometimes you need a job. And sometimes that job, being customer service and being in the food industry, is all you can do.
Ocho, I know me. I can't be in the customer service business because I'm easily irritated.
Get out of here.
I don't like no hey, I ordered this and they mess up the order. Okay, I get that, Ocho, but you have to understand, people are paying their hard-earned money. So I have the right. If I like the service, I'm going to say I like the service. Now me, I don't go, look, Ocho, you know what? In this business, what I've been in, Ocho, I've been very fortunate. I've met a lot of high-profile people.
Yeah.
And one of the first things people ask me is what he or she is like. And you know what I tell them? I can only tell you through my experience. I don't know what they'll be like to you. I don't know what they're like to him. I don't know what they're like to someone else. I can just tell you what they're like to me. When I go to a restaurant, my experience at that restaurant might be different than yours. It might be different than Jordan's. It might be different than Malika's. But I can...
And this, we should have started here first. I like this. We should have started here first. This is hitting all my points on why I say, again, keep that the last little thing that we watched earlier. That's fine. Don't do it again. Don't do it again, bro. Like, your experience is your experience. What you think is what you think. Like, you have your followers because they're your followers. You have a support system because that's your support system. It doesn't matter if the Milk and Honey people or Candy or whoever else is giving you criticism, or the YouTubers or the TikTokers. It doesn't matter if anybody's giving you criticism, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're talking from your experience. You can only do you. Get it together, bro. Stop the crying, bro. You're an MMA fighter. Okay. Let's keep watching.
I just tell you, from my experience, it was unbelievable. Or no, it wasn't very good. The people weren't courteous. The service was lacking. The food was cold. It took me a long time to get seated. It took me a long time for the server to come back and take my order. That's my experience. Right. You might go there and have a totally different experience.
Listen, I hear what you're saying.
I'm about to say some cap.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
I like to leave my mark on all restaurants I go to, regardless of what it is. I am more about being the positive influence, and when I leave those places and leaving my mark, and I don't want my mark to be that of what Brother Keith Lee is doing. Listen, I salute him to what he's doing and trying.
We're gonna look at the comments in a minute. How much? We're not gonna watch this whole thing. We're at the. You can't see it right here. We're at the 6:15 mark. It's 28-22 total on here. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. But there's probably gonna be some comments on what he just said there, and that's the issue with the black community as a whole. There's no accountability. Let me run that back. Right, 6:15. Where is he at?
I'm gonna
to come back and take my order. That's my experience. Right. You might.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
I like to leave my mark on all restaurants I go to, regardless of what it is.
Regardless of what it is.
I am more about being the positive influence.
I'm going to be the positive influence.
And when I leave those places and leaving my mark, and I don't want my mark to be that of what. So
that's, first of all, that's a selfish, and again, I'm not speaking for him. Well, I am speaking about him, but you can do what you want to do at that height that he's at. But that's a selfish mindset, and that's why Keith Lee has said what he said about these restaurants. That's why we say what we say about certain restaurants. And that's why restaurants get away with they get away, because there's no accountability. You can't. It's not about you. We're talking about the experience as a whole. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter that you want to leave a positive mark, whether the restaurant was good or bad. That's not accountability. You know what I'm saying? If the food was nasty, if they took 2-3 hours, because you're gonna leave your mark and give $1,000 for a tip, I'm gonna make sure they know that I'm the great guy. When I come in, I make sure I get a table because they know that's selfish, bro. Like, no, hey, excuse me, man. I'm gonna give you this $1,000 tip. Let me give you some pointers and some tips, bro. Like, when you talk to me, talk respectfully, make the food come fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the community as a whole is where we're at right now. So,
Brother Keith Lee is doing. Listen, I salute him to what he's doing and trying to let the people know about restaurants in Atlanta. The restaurants that I've been in Atlanta, that I've been to, have been just fine.
I'm not even gonna look his age up because it doesn't matter. I mean, you can look at the age. You can look at him. Look at the age, bro. There's no way. Man. So he's 45. Let's do some math here. And don't judge me because I'm pulling the calculator out. 45. We're going to say America. We ain't going to worry about these other. 2012, that was 11 years ago. Minus 11. So he was 34 when he retired. And it really got worse than that. So obviously before 2012, I'm sure he's been to Atlanta multiple times. You're not telling me for the past 11 years with the pandemic, restaurants changing in general, inflation, price hikes left and right in Atlanta, people quitting left and right in Atlanta. There's no an I don't care attitude across the playing field, not even just Atlanta, just across the playing field with servers in general. They don't care in Atlanta, they don't care in Charlotte, they don't care in Houston, because they're not, first of all, not getting paid a lot. So I mean, I get it, but There's no way these last 11 years of retirement, you traveling back and forth. I'm sure you've been to Atlanta multiple times, and it's been getting worse since 2012. From 2012 to now, the last 11 years, the restaurant industry's been getting worse. The service is getting worse. The food is hit or miss, depending on where you go. I'm sure the high-end restaurants might still be the same, but it's expensive to keep up with the quality of food. It's expensive to keep up with the quality of workers, because if you're not paying me, I'm going somewhere else. You're not telling me everything has just been fine these last 11 years. You're not telling me that, bro. You're not telling me that.
Ocho, but you do realize a lot of times, people have said their restaurant has been saved because he's giving them a positive critique. Huh? Huh? A lot of the restaurants said they have been able to remain in business because of the positive critique. So now, again, like I said, I don't have a problem tipping. A lot of times when I leave my room, I left money on the table today. I said, ma'am, I was at the table last night and I didn't get an opportunity to throw the stuff in the trash. I said, I left money on the table. It's yours if you clean it up. It might not have been her room, but I bet you went in there and got that stuff off that table and threw it away.
I got you.
I'm a service type of guy.
I'm just telling you.
Keep the ginger ale flowing. Right. You keep the ginger ale flowing, your boy gonna break you off real nice.
I'm just telling you how I am. I'm telling you how I am, how I understand what the people in the service industry have to go through. I understand the personalities, the people that they have to deal with time and time again for hours and hours at a time, stand on your feet, ordering, dealing with different personalities.
You chose that job.
Listen to me, and I can empathize with them, even though they chose that job. Maybe that's the only opportunity they have to make money. So I understand that. So I don't go in there. I never send food back. I don't care about the food being goddamn cold. I'm going to make your day at your job as easy as possible when I
What did I just say about accountability? What did he just say?
Care about the food being goddamn cold. They have to make money. So I understand that. So I don't.
He don't care about the job because it's the only way they can make money. Amazon's always hiring, but there's no other way they can make money besides being a server. That's it. That's the only way they can make money is being a server.
I'm going there. I never send food back.
He doesn't send food back.
I don't care about the food being goddamn.
He doesn't care if the food is cold.
Cold. I'm going to make your day at your job as easy as possible when I enter your establishment. As easy as possible.
We're gonna add that one too. They're giving you a hard time, but you're going to make sure they're having a good time.
And I'm going to leave your ass with a motherfucking blessing because they no telling what the fuck you had to go through before I got here. And that's just how I move.
We don't have accountability in the community. And that's just what it is.
That's just how I move. I'm not leaving no fucking bad critiques and talking shit about your place. I'm going to make sure when I leave there, I'm going to leave your ass with a blessing and I'm gone. That's just me. What he's doing, that's cool, that's fine, and you know, more power to him, and more power to those that it's affecting in a positive or negative way. That's just me.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I might just clip this up, and this might be a separate part from the first part we just watched because this man is out of control. The accountability that we lack. And I have to say I don't want to just say him because there's people who are, if he's talking like this or thinking like this, there's people out here like this, and there's no accountability.
You feeling some type of way about that?
I mean, that's just me. I'm thinking from a business standpoint, how fucking hard it is for people to fucking build. That's fucking bullshit, man.
I tell you what, you open a restaurant, I'm bringing roaches and rats with me.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna have my camera lady. Oh, dropping lady. And look at this right here. Look at that big old one right there.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about how that shit really affecting people's restaurants out there, man, in Black Hollywood, man. Cause now that you done, now I'm really allowing it to sink in, like that's. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm finna follow up. I'm going to be a motherfucking food critic.
Cap.
I'm going to be a food critic. I'm finna go to I'm going to every restaurant in Atlanta, and I'm leaving a $5,000 tip. And I'm gonna tell them these motherfucking restaurants was perfect, and the service was phenomenal. Just to overshadow that fucking shit, bullshit. Talk about.
The title of this is going to be accountability. That doesn't make any sense at all. So you go to a black-owned restaurant in Atlanta, and the service is just terrible. Food is cold. Service is bad. Servers are cussing at you, yelling at you, but you're gonna give them a $5,000 tip, and you're gonna tell them the restaurant was perfect.
Restaurants.
You do realize the food critic, they go all around the United States. They
Hey,
just don't do Atlanta.
Gordon Ramsay is the only food critic I know.
Ocho.
I promise you guys, I did not watch this beforehand. I promise that I did not watch this beforehand. What did I just say earlier? Gordon Ramsay and Guy Fieri are the main guys that we know in this space. I'm trying. I might have load it up just in case I missed. I'm going to load that up here if you didn't watch the first part, just in case I cut this up. Gordon Ramsay, Guy Fieri, they're OGs. They put the work in, they put the time in, the credentials, blah blah. They're the OGs in this space. Keith Lee is the new guy, and we always, whether it's music or just in general, it's always the old guys hitting on the new guys. Just how you just brought up Gordon Ramsay. We're not talking about Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay wasn't on TikTok. Gordon Ramsay, I don't think. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna put on the line and say no. Gordon Ramsay didn't have 14 million followers at 26 years old. Gordon Ramsay didn't have 14 million followers at 26 years old.
You see?
That's
now
what he does.
Now you're doing what athletes do.
That's what he does.
What's your... Hold on.
That's what he does.
Great. But here's the thing, Ocho. You can't say because someone doesn't have a culinary background.
So what makes you a goddamn food critic? Oh, because you have a platform? Because you got social media? So now you attach a name to yourself. Now you are
everybody is not a classical. Everybody is not a Michelin star chef. Star chef. And that's
what qualifies you to be a food critic where everybody in the world has to listen to what you have to say about?
They don't have to. They don't have to. He ain't forced nobody to listen to his TikTok. He ain't forced nobody to listen to what he got to say. He said, go try it for yourself. He said, that's his experience. You might have a totally different experience.
I might have
if you have a large platform of that magnitude, you shouldn't be saying nothing bad. You should be praising.
This is the face of a yapper. Somebody who just likes to talk, just to talk. This is the face right here.
Try it for yourself. He said that's his experience. He ain't forced nobody to listen to his TikTok. He ain't forced nobody to listen to what he got to say. He said, go try it for yourself. He said that's his experience. That's
the face of, let me just think of some more BS to say. He's not really listening, bro. We might watch this whole thing. I don't know. Because Ocho, he's out of control.
You might have a totally different
he's
experience,
out of control.
Ocho.
You know what? If you have a large platform of that magnitude, you shouldn't be saying nothing bad. You should be praising all motherfucking restaurants.
Nah, hell no. You and I gonna disagree with that one.
Yeah,
just because I got a platform, that don't mean I have
restaurants to help their motherfucking business.
Ocho. My thing is,
I'm telling you how I am.
Yeah.
I have nothing against what he's doing. I'm just telling you.
Yes, you do. You just said it's bullshit. What you mean you think
it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
You just said you didn't have anything against it. What are you doing? So hold on. Time out.
That's how I feel.
Either I'm losing my damn mind or I'm done. You just said you didn't have a problem with what he did. Then you turn around and said it's bullshit.
Because I'm looking at the long.
So you got a problem.
I'm looking at the long-term effects of how this.
Do you have a problem with what he did? Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't
okay,
like
thank you. That's all you had to say to begin with. That's all I wanted to get you to say.
I don't like it. And anybody else, and if anybody in the chat like what's going through with that, like this shit, let me know. Let me know if you like it. Because if you like it, I mean, I got a problem with y'all too.
While we all love watching our favorite teams on television, there's nothing better than being at a game live and in person. Sitting courtside, take it from me. And the best way to get tickets to forget to click that button below, that subscribe button, and you're going to get takes like this. He and I,
talk about my
we are teammates, but we agree to disagree on a lot of things. He has his opinion, and as he says, I can only base my experience on my experience. And so if I go to a restaurant, if I like it, somebody asks me, hey man, you ever been to such and such? Yeah, I've been there. Feel pretty good. Nah, it's not my vibe.
Fuck that shit.
You do that all the time. You be trashing me. You trash my dog. That's effing bullshit that you trash my dog and talk about I was training for 10 million. You shouldn't have did that. What gives you the qualification?
Wait a minute.
What gives you the qualification to say what I should and what I should not spend for a dog?
You have a dog that costs 10,000 American dollars.
What are your qualifications? What are your qualifications?
Facts.
Have you ever bred a dog?
Facts.
Have you ever trained a dog?
Yes.
Have you ever judged a dog?
Yes.
Okay, what?
I was a judge at the Westminster Dog Show in 1993. I was a judge.
My man was a judge of a dog show at 93, so he's authorized to speak about dogs.
I was a judge at the Westminster
Think about what you
Dog
just
Show.
said.
Listen, wait, let me finish.
Go ahead.
I was a judge at the Westminster Dog Show in 1993, and it was the toy group, which is what you have. You have a toy dog. You pay $10,000. Let me finish. You pay $10,000 for a dog that cannot protect you.
Every dog is not meant for protection.
Wait a minute. I'm not finished. He can't talk.
Okay.
And he can't do no tricks.
How you know he can't do tricks?
Go get it. Go get him right now. Tell him to sit.
I ain't home.
Where you at?
Don't worry about all that. See, there you go.
Where the dog at? Where the dog at? You bought a dog for $10,000 and he ain't traveling with you?
No.
For $10,000, he gonna be attached to my hip.
Why?
Just like baby Carlos in The Hangover, he going everywhere with me in a harness.
No. But my thing is, I still want to know your qualifications. You haven't given me no qualifications. You've never been to the Westminster Dog Show. You don't know where the Westminster Dog Show. Okay, let me ask you a question. So what's the dog? What's the dog in the silhouette?
In what silhouette?
In the silhouette on the Westminster Dog Show. In the Westminster Dog Show, there's a dog in the silhouette. What type of dog is it?
It's an English Spaniel. Don't play me. I really do this. I really do it. I want that.
So Chad Johnson, OchoCinco's worth 15 mil. Assessment from Bayless. So about the same. Okay. He was just speaking real broke. He was talking about the 10,000. %100% correct. We need more stand-up people. Ocho is an example of how misguided a person can be when they are passionate about things they are educated on. And to Google. You didn't research. You didn't even. That's what I'm saying. A rare Ocho L. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be a chef to be a food critic. Like, you don't have to be a pro athlete to be a sports analyst. He seems transparent with the restaurant he reviews, good or bad, and building trust in his opinions. Y'all critiquing black. Oh my gosh, y'all critiquing black athletes, but nobody's supposed to critique black restaurants. Yeah, once Ultra started backing up his claims by saying he was a judge at a dog show in 1993, I lost it. I knew it was over. Nah, that's funny. Yeah, man, we're gonna I got some other joints. I'm gonna save those for another time. What time is it? Yeah, we'll save those for another time. Appreciate y'all for taking this journey with me again. Swale Eats. Find me on Instagram, on TikTok, Swale Eats. We're gonna get into the streams more and more. Like I said, really reactions, lifestyle type stuff. The Keithley thing is, it falls into like the food and reaction and travel category. Still gonna continue doing vlogs as well when I'm reviewing different restaurants. If you guys have any questions, I have a vision on where I want this platform to go for YouTube specifically, and what community I'm trying to build. But again, we're in the trying to be consistent stage right now. So yeah, as we go along, we're gonna build. We're gonna build. Yeah, more videos on the way. We out.